Now, time to head to the Aerith's house and see how vicious response there is.
Is she here?
Barrett!
Sorry, I'm Barrett. Marlene's my little girl. Marlene, she's got short hair. She's cute as a button, with the heart of an angel. She was wearing, pink. She was wearing a pink dress today.
Upstairs.
Huh? Oh.
I said she's sleeping.
I want to see her too. Come on, let's go look in on her.
Keep it down. Don't wake her.
Marlene, my baby. Thank God.
Shh. Shinra has my daughter now.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm the one who asked her to go get Marlene. We'd only just met, but she was so kind and helpful. I took advantage of her.
It's not your fault. It was only a matter of time before she ended up back there.
Because she's an ancient. That it?
So she told you about that. She must trust you all a great deal. Yes, Aerith is an ancient. Probably the last one living. She's not my daughter. Not by blood, I mean. If that's what you were wondering. About 15 years ago. My husband, he'd been shipped off to fight on the front lines. But then I received a letter saying he'd be home for a bit. So when the day came, I went to the station to meet him. But he didn't come. I couldn't help fearing the worst, even then. But I told myself his leave must have been postponed, that he'd been delayed. Every day I went, to wait and to pray. And that's how I met her and her mother. I thought maybe they'd run away from Wall Market, or that they were topsiders fallen on hard times. I'd seen that sort of thing a lot. Take Aerith somewhere safe. Those were her mother's dying words. My husband had been away for so long, and I was lonely. So I convinced myself the safest place for the girl was with me. It took no time at all for her to start feeling like family. She was a real chatterbox. She told me strange stories. Like how she and her mother had escaped from some sort of facility. And how she wasn't sad, because her mother had just returned to their planet.
Their planet, huh? Yeah, that sounds about right.
I didn't understand any of it at the time. When I asked if she meant one in the sky, she said no, this one. right here. I mean, what can you say to that?
Mommy, don't be sad.
That's what she said to me one day, out of the blue. So I asked her, what's wrong?
A man you really, really loved just died. His heart came a long way to say goodbye. But he couldn't stay because he had to return to the planet.
I didn't believe her, of course. And then, a few days later, I received a letter saying my husband had been killed in action. Things like that. She'd just know. It was a lot to deal with, but we were happy. And then came the knock.
Coming! No! Go away!
Aerith, you know you're not just any little girl. You're a descendant of the ancients.
I had no idea what he meant, so I said, "Who are the ancients?"
They were the original stewards of the planet, whose boundless knowledge and wisdom shall guide us to the promised land. Some believe the promised land to be a myth, others an allegory of sorts. But we take the words of the scriptures at face value and believe it to be quite real. Which is why Shinra would like very much for Aerith to help us—
You're wrong! I'm not an ancient!
But Aerith, even when you're all alone, don't you hear voices whispering secrets?
No, never!
But all three of us knew that wasn't true. That man knew exactly who Aerith was, where she'd come from, and what she could do.
They knew where she was, but they didn't just take her? Doesn't sound like the Turks I know.
She had to come willingly, otherwise it wouldn't work, they said. That's why, even if they did take her away, I'm sure she's still being treated like a guest. And that they'll send her straight back home, once they get what they need.
I doubt it.
You're not planning anything, are you? Don't make things worse than they already are. If I lost her too, I don't know if I could ever. Just don't.
Cloud, maybe she's right about this. Maybe they'll let Aerith go when it's all over. Maybe we'd be better off waiting a little while.
Let's head back to Sector 7. Got things to take care of. Like checking up on the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah. Looks like they've done, once again comes a bit of an expansion of this into the story, but generally that was very heartfelt scene, although I am still a bit—
The main entrance to Sector 7 is buried under rubble now. So how are we supposed to get back inside?
Underground passage in the park.
Good plan.
But how do we get to the park?
I know another way to get there. Aerith showed me before.
This ancient girl knows her stuff. Didn't mean anything by it.
Yep. She knew, well, most likely she knew all Midgar like the back of her hand. Aerith was, you could say that it's—
There was a
that kind of person with a better connection to the world is very common in fiction, not just in Japanese, but in Aerith's case they made it really good. And about that saying, I don't, or however you want to pronounce his name, I just don't like that forehead jewel thing. It just doesn't feel right in this kind of you could say postmodern fantasy realm of where magic has been magic is research. Yeah, and that's definitely worth buying, as is this one. Yeah, they're valuable stuff.
World's just too dangerous these days not to keep a weapon at your side.
Yep, that's damn sure. But it's still interesting to notice that this first part, Midgar section of the part, that it says already. It was quite long in the original one. It took about a couple of hours to get through, which is, well, depends on how long. But it has had lots of story beats and pacings and turns. So as in has this one, but this one just made it the first one. But I think that once they must continue this game, it just can't be the Midgar section. They have to keep doing this because hey, they started to make this, so they gotta keep going to the further. The other parts, they don't necessarily have so much space to expansion because the main plot remains being a chase. In this one there's lots of turns, but then at the end of this Midgar section, as much as I can guess and confer with logical conclusions from the original one, it's gonna become much more into a chase and instead of being this kind of more complex.
Alright, let's keep moving.
Yep, but this one is actually still intact, so it's quite sturdy. And I really hope. Yep, cockroaches.
We won't hold back.
Yep, that cockroach is out.
See ya.
And they are quite much weaker than squishier than they used to be, so they die quite nicely, which is good. The basic in this style of game playing and difficulties, it should not be so that the basic enemy henchmen would be noticeably difficult foes to fight against. They should be actually quite easy. Oh, Moogle medals. Yeah, and the fact that I've been rebuilding all these structures should make it much more easier to get through. But if I remember right, this did lead to the main entrance to the sector, so it's a bit of a bit complicated and complex about how things go. Oh, damn.
There, that way. We'll have
Nope.
to fight our way through. But it's our only shot.
Oh, it did take damage from the huge collapse. But generally you could say that at least at the current President Shinrai is running his business not so well in sense of common sense of running business and not shitting on where you sleep. Moogle medals and all that kind of nice stuff. Hey, ring morph, new enemy.
I got your number.
Let's just assess them. Just because. God damn it.
After you.
Yes, it's my turn.
Yeah, don't close your
Let me handle this.
Punch that thing out of the existence. and more Daka. Whenever you have Daka, you use more of it. Blow it out.
Not bad.
Generally, you can say that the conditions in this tunnel have not become, if not any worse, they certainly haven't become any much better either. This is just a... Oh, enemy skills can be learned from this monster. Did I have the enemy skill materia? Don't know. Gotta check it after this fight. Which is also a good moment to check about how the... Yeah, it went out.
You would say that.
But I still find the basic system of... Oh yeah, gotta check out how things go. And damn, those things look nasty. Gotta check out the recording and all that, and do the saving as well. Alright. Got no... Oh, that was the name. Got no basic enemy skill material, so it's a bit of a... Leaving the block up, because that's actually quite handy when the enemies are attacking. You could say that the basic gameplay, the character specialization is quite noticeable. Yeah, your history. And I do say that the status effects are bloody annoying. They're quite potent and they are very annoying. I'm quite certain that's exactly the way how they wanted to make them do. Mostly because status effects in these games, Final Fantasy games, have usually been something that used against enemies. They are quite much completely useless, and except when there's moments when they are bloody effective, but generally they are quite useless. And when they are used against you, they are very, very powerful, mostly because the effect tends to linger after that.
No turning back.
Hello, Tin Man. Because I really hate these things.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, just put some machine gun bullets in the thing. The smuggler is the more dangerous one, so... Oops, damn. That caused pain. Down to bring out the chakras. Oh yeah.
Let's do this right.
Unpleasant. And especially I find the enemy AI being unpleasant, as in that it has some kind of... It's just so efficiently smart against and fight happy against your actual character you are playing, so it makes it much... It doesn't make it so pleasant. Come on, I wanna... It's looking bad. Your chakras. Now the Tin Man. Ah, damn rocket bastards. Oh, damn it. Try to run the fuck away. Nope, can't run away through that way. Gotta run away the old-fashioned other way. If I get to... Yeah. Fleeing. There, and got away. Time to refocus my attack. This time with better equipment as well. Now, picking a fight again.
Likewise.
I'll do.
Keep it together.
Yeah. Enhance the gun with a lightning bolt. You should give it quite a big, nice amount of damage, extra hurt. It seems to do it quite nicely. Wrong place. Shoot it to the head. Now there's the actual weakness. Some bullets to this ugly thing's head. Now I got it to the stagger state. Focus strike.
Don't stop now.
And of course wearing the steel skin. Yeah. Now it went down.
You would say that.
But then again, it is quite big robot machine, so it being quite tough opponent is not implausible at all, even to a group as heavily armed and equipped as Cloud is. It looks somebody's having a little camp in here. So let's just check that side door, whatever. Is there anything interesting here? Yes, there was. Heavy duty bracer. That's that piece of armor. It was. They were for sale, but. Oh yeah. Are you familiar? Oh. You idiots again. Come on attack me, you morons. You son of a bitch, don't even think about running away, you little turd.
Back in it. Nothing to it.
Because I really dislike enemies who steal my shit. And you guys were so stupid that you probably didn't even deserve to live. But I do say that the graphic design of this place is not ugly at all.
Here we go.
Come on, attack me. Get a counter attacked. and more big. You know, you should not pick a fight against a guy who carries who has a sword bigger than you and is also able to wield it.
That's that.
Yeah, they went down.
Let's keep it up.
But I still say that these fight quotes, the characters, they tend to be get quite annoying. Mostly not because that the quotes are bad, but because there's just so many of them.
You want to come through here? You'll need to provide due compensation. You again?
Why am I? Oh, yeah. You know.
Allow me. Take long.
You know, you guys are idiots, and you still are quite idiots.
Deal with that.
All right.
That guy is wearing some sort of.
I got this. Let's do this.
Oh, damn it. That guy knows how to wrestle. Well, still the basic tactic is the same. Give bullets to the morons and they keel over quite nicely. But where the hell does Aerith get all the ammo? Trying to bring out the chakra.
Let's do this.
Come on, try to smack me. Oh, he wrestles.
Pay attention. Gotta be careful.
Let's go.
Fight through it.
So that guy is not so incompetent, I'd say. Oh, let's just give him some magic attack on him. That should hurt.
No holding back.
Just give him a triple slash. Slash, slash.
It's on now.
Oh, now he got staggered and swiped apart.
Make a decent team.
Although the fact that I've having to encounter those idiots, 3 idiots again, even though previously they had. That was the 3rd time I had to deal with them. I think they might be becoming some sort of recurring gag. 3 crooks of lesser competence. Oh, we'll say, yeah, 3 crooks of lesser competence are one of the. So, yeah.
Those assholes were really getting on my nerves.
But eating some potions just because.
Won't take long. Best do it right. Get ready.
But being just. Fuck.
Guess it's my turn. Lay down, asshole.
Ouch. Damn pests!
About damn time.
Not over yet. Getting really sleepy.
Oh, you in trouble now.
Gotta be smart. I got this.
And it looks like the enemies have actually got quite good sense of tactics, as they know to harass and interrupt you and all that kind of things quite efficiently.
Take the lead.
All the time. Now. Try me.
Just hang on. I'm coming.
Is there any more left? Because if there is not any more left, it's not difficult to pummel those idiots out of existence. But let's take it.
Gotta be smart.
Come on. Out. I want you out of these.
Damn it. I can't stay awake.
Damn poisonous and sleep and all that. Really annoying, these stacking status effects. Take up a couple of big punches to the face. Well, gotta save and continue next time. See ya! Not so much progress, except right at the beginning, so yeah.